It's the end of the day with Ray. Hello, my friends. Hey, today I wanted to do part 2 of my Kaseya Datto video that I did yesterday. And folks, this number, $6.2 billion for this acquisition, seems to be so outrageous that I wanted to talk about it a little bit more. Over the last couple of years, private equity's dumped billions of dollars into the tech world. And folks, some of these deals, you got to question the sanity of them. And sooner or later, private equity's got to get their investment, right? They got to make their money. Sooner or later, these companies got to perform to whatever expectations everybody thought they were going to perform to when they made these investments. And I'm thinking of our friends over at Kaseya Datto coming together. Their combined revenue when they come together is going to be about $1.5 billion, right? If they put 20 points to the bottom line at $1.5 billion, that's $325 million to support a $6.2 billion debt, let alone the debt Kaseya already has from the shopping sprees they went on over the last couple of years. How is this company going to support that kind of a debt? What is the real game plan here? I also started thinking to myself, if private equity is willing to pay 40 times the projected EBITDA of Datto, they're paying 40 times the projected EBITDA of Datto. I talked about that yesterday. And, if they're willing to do that, are they willing to do a leveraged loan against the new entity when it comes together? Pay themselves a big old dividend and hope it all works out? What kind of financial engineering is on the table for this new entity? Folks, I think these are questions that need to be asked and answered. I mean, you got to pay back the debt, okay? $6.2 billion plus whatever debt Kaseya already has against $1.5 billion worth of revenue in a very competitive market space. What does Kaseya and Datto think they're going to do? Double their revenue? Are they going to go to $3 billion? Even if they go to $3 billion with a 20% EBITDA, that's $600 million against $6.2 billion plus the other debt's already there. Folks, it's hard to get the math around this. I mean, are they going to build a $7 billion company over the next few years? And folks, keep in mind, you can't just keep buying your revenue. I was reading some articles around Kaseya, and they're talking about how their revenue's growing, and they always say organically or acquisitions. A lot of their revenue came from acquisitions. I mean, Kaseya could have a nice story. We added $700 million in revenue over last year once they finalized this deal, but did they really add the revenue? No, they bought it for $6.2 billion. So, folks, we got to start really reading between the lines, and we got to start asking some serious questions. Because, one way to pay the debt is to clean this up, bring these two organizations together, and through financial engineering and really aggressive cost-cutting practices, you could clean up some stuff. But in all reality, how much can you clean it up? I mean, Datto already said they're going to have a 23% EBITDA. That's pretty strong. I mean, I think they're doing a great job as a company, but that doesn't mean they should get 40 times their projected EBITDA. I don't know what that's all about. I can't understand it. I can't get my head around it. I'm not the smartest guy in the world. But I do know this. You got to pay back the debt somehow. So you either better have a plan that you're going to sell this thing off and, recoup your money. But I'm not too sure how that's going to work. But there is ways they can make some money out of it, but some of those ways might not necessarily be the greatest thing for Kaseya and Datto. And folks, if you look at the commentary around this deal, it seems like there's a lot more people not real excited about it than are excited about it. Now, I'm sure the folks over at Datto are extremely excited about it, and most of those folks are probably going to exit out the door once they get their checks, right? And so there's going to be some challenges when they come together, obviously. But I just don't know what the end game is. Like I said, are they going to double the revenue to $3 billion with a 20% EBITDA, $600 million, supporting a $6.2 billion plus the other debt they already have? It's a lot of debt, folks, and debt has to get paid off. Companies have to perform. They can't just keep buying up. Sooner or later, they actually have to perform into the marketplace. Are they going to be able to pull it off? Time will tell. Is private equity going to really start financial engineering some of these investments they've made over the last couple of years? Time will tell, but I believe they're getting ready to do exactly that. Stay tuned, my friends. There'll be a lot of exciting things going on over the next couple of years. But one thing's for sure, status quo is the killer of all that'll be invented. Don't get stuck in status quo, and I'll see y'all tomorrow.